The healthcare is going to a very paradigm shift. On-site healthcare is not going to disappear. Off-site care is being accepted. So now there has to be a harmonious blend. So now I blended the technology with patient-centric care.
A first of its kind, a virtual kiosk, and it's turning heads at the local hospital.
I've got 100 hospitals on board globally, 5,000 doctors on board.
It must have cost you a fortune because you're not talking small. You're talking world-changing, right?
But it's worth the journey. If I have touched even one person's life meaningfully, I think you've done your job.
Doctor, you're going to change the world. Gladiators, welcome back. Today I have a gentleman that I respect highly in the medical field, in business, and as an amazing human being. Dr. Mulk, welcome to the arena. You're a gladiator in life that I truly admire. So thank you for making it here today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Darius. It's a pleasure to be invited here.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, tell us a little bit about your journey in life, where you were born. We're actually having a chat before the podcast started, and I asked you to stop, because it was really, really interesting. A short journey of your life, and then at the pinnacle where we are today.
Right.
I really appreciate
I basically come from the royal family of South India, the place called Kurnool. Kurnool was a princely state. My parents, my grandparents ruled it for almost 150 years. So 1947, India had independence, and then there was a princely act. All the princely states were given back to India. So I think I was very fortunate not to rest on the laurels of royalty. My parents, especially my mom, she comes from a very literary family. She said, I think you guys should get educated. It was completely no-no,
Why should you be serving, right? You should
I think that's how it was. We lived in a royal palace, security guards. I still remember my dad asking the boys to get up early morning at 6:30 to take the royal salute. Quite pampered in that childhood era, but later on, I think probably my mom sensed there was the talent. Me, my brother Shaji, younger brother Amir. She made sure everybody got into a very good educational system. Well, I was the sacrificial lamb in terms of going to the medical field, which was tough. I mean, you need to get into the medical field in India. You have to be in the competitive. Right. I said, okay, fine, let me try. So at the same time, Darius, I was also the state badminton player.
Wow.
At that time, I was playing the nationals, national badminton thrice there.
Amazing.
So fortunately, I think it's just been probably my destiny. I was destined to become a doctor. There was a sports quota which came in at the same time, saying that in a competitive exam, who are the sports guys get the highest.
The elite sports people get
the sports.
Wow.
So I topped that particular thing. I topped the.
Do you still play, by the way?
I still play badminton. I'm the UAE badminton champion for the last 7 years.
No, I would love to play, although I'm about 20 kilos overweight. But I used to be a squash player.
Oh, yeah.
So I love badminton.
Right. And I'm also, coincidentally, Darish, I say this with a lot of pride, I'm also was the chair post of the UAE Badminton Federation.
That's incredible.
The first NRI to be given this.
Congratulations. So you still keep healthy and fit? I'm
there every morning in the India Club at 6 o'clock. My morning start at 5:30. I'm very, very disciplined.
Yeah, we're going to talk about discipline in life and business as well.
Irrespective of what parties I attend with, the social life is very,
active.
It's very, very active here. So coming back to what you're trying to tell me of my childhood, I think that's how I became a doctor there.
Yes.
Then went to the medical school, the post-graduation, I did radiology. Then went to Milton Keynes, UK. I did my fellowship there. Then went to Michigan. So I was one of the very well-trained radiologists who came to UAE way back in 1992. And then there's never looking back. I expanded. I got one in Jumeirah. That ran like really well. Then I started in Sharjah. So 10 years, we literally had the market share, you could say,
yes,
of diagnostics.
Yes.
And right. So all businesses don't sustain forever.
Sure.
There are points where you have to either let it go.
Competition comes and markets change.
Competition, yes. Exactly. Competitions, yes. They were They're sprouting everywhere.
And the first thing competition do, they reduce prices. They don't realize you focus on quality and
You're
service and reputation. Yes.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
They're making the prices at say 300 dirhams. When my MR was costing me 1,600.
Crazy.
And that was my prices which they given by the
They
insurance.
damage the market, then they go bust.
They go bust.
Yes, they ruin it for everybody.
They ruin
else.
everybody,
Yes.
and I think it was quite a disaster. But anyway, I think it was again a call of destiny, Darish. I think if that didn't happen, this couldn't have happened.
Absolutely.
Today, I'm literally touching millions of lives with the Mulk Smart Hospital.
Would you care to share how that works? How the idea started?
Yeah, I think
How does it operate?
exactly.
Please.
It's a very innovative system, which is radically actually changing the way healthcare is being delivered. It has a tremendous potential to get quality, equitable healthcare across the globe. Every person who is not has the blessings or they don't have the benefit of good healthcare can get this healthcare at their doorsteps. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is we are breaking the geographical barriers to get top-notch healthcare systems at your fingertips of your mobile, could be at your office, at any convenient place where you're sitting, and getting the world-class hospital healthcare guys talking to you.
Without having to get off your backside, drive to the doctor as and when they're free, as and when they're available.
Exactly.
Waiting, hanging around with lots of other sick people. They'll make you sick sitting there.
Exactly.
And then being diagnosed.
Right. So now, currently, what is happening is the healthcare is going to a very paradigm shift. Before, it was always the on-site. You used to have to go to the hospital.
Correct.
You need to take the treatment there.
Correct.
And then blah blah, waiting rooms, driving, and that the traffic mess. Exactly what you said. Now, COVID happened. It was just, I think, probably a significant moment in the digital healthcare. See, digital revolution is going on across in every aspect of life right now.
Indeed.
But I think probably if something is the moment which I could say changed the landscape of healthcare, it's COVID. Because people started adopting to online consultations. Now, what happened
they
is
leave home,
yes,
but they need access to doctors.
Exactly, and they couldn't go, right. They have to be at home.
Absolutely.
So this started the trend. Now, what the trend is so rampant, so exponentially growing. Just in America, in Europe, in UK, I was told. I mean, I still have to verify the statistics. 33% digital conversion has already happened.
Layman terms, basic terms.
Yeah.
How does it work?
The Mulk Med Smart Hospital is basically a very compact, very comprehensive systems where we have our own Mulk kiosk. We got a device, it's a 6-in-1 device, which can test your vital signs like blood pressure, your temperature.
Because we all have our little gadgets. That
exactly. I'm just coming to that point. I think this is very interesting. Actually, this is going to touch a lot of people's life.
Yes.
If this goes to the right people, I'm sure people are going to call back and ask you where is this service is happening.
We're going to do that.
This system is so accessible, so easy to. It's a plug-in systems. We got 3 models of Mulk kiosk systems, where the whole ICT, we call it Information Communication Technology platform. It's a very robust platform we have, worth millions. It took me 3 years to develop this whole system.
Wow.
I have to go through.
I guess you're doing all this before COVID. This is
much. It was. I think the whole process was going parallelly. But yes, COVID did trigger off my vision.
Accelerated.
I accelerated it, the whole process. But I wanted to come out with something unique. So now I have a complete hybrid model. On-site healthcare is not going to disappear. Off-site care is being accepted. So now there has to be a harmonious blend.
Yes.
So now I blended the technology with patient-centric care. Now you just told me something very interesting. You said you're wearing a watch. So what I have done right now is I've started integrating all the wearable devices. It's called point of care. What you're wearing.
Yes.
So your data of your whatever is happening right now.
It goes to the phone as and when I want to check it.
To your phone, to the portal, to your kiosk.
Indeed.
Now I've got the systems so easy. And very sleek models. I can put it up in your living room. I can put it up in your office. It's basically like ATM machines. You just go there, 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3. You're into the room of Mulk Med doctors. across the globe.
Yes.
You have live doctors. You select any doctor. You speak to them 24/7 available. Acha, the beauty of the whole thing is, yes, absolutely the commercial viabilities, right? You know what I'm doing right now? I've brought this systems at 1 dirham a day,
Cost.
exactly the cost. So let's say a family of four. I'm just putting
Dollar a day.
hypothetically,
Dollar a
family
day. Dollar and a half a day.
day. We're spending only 120 dirhams a month. I say $30, and we are basically, literally, the angel gatekeepers, health gatekeepers to your loved ones. We are taking care of all your needs 24/7. There's a system there. You need to talk to your doctor. You talk to your doctor. You want any medicine to be delivered in 2 hours, it comes to your home. And we have our own special card called Mulk Med Privilege Card. It's one of the kind. I give 20% to 40% discounts, up to 40 discount on your MRIs, on CT scans, and all. So you know what? At this moment, as I'm talking to you, the numbers are growing. I've got 100 hospitals on board globally, 5,000 doctors on board. It's a huge cruise, Darius. Right now, it's in the sea.
Speaking of momentum,
There is a huge momentum. You're on the threshold of something very big, where if you really ask, I mean, somebody like you ask, Darius, would you like to spend 1,000 to take care of your family for a year as a gatekeeper, as and when required, we are there for you. I don't think you'll blink.
I want to know how to do it.
You just want to know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you 3 easy ways. One, you could do it on your mobile. That's my app. Mulk Med app is now available in 177 countries. It just takes you 3 minutes to register. You're on. Number two, you can do it on your portal, on the website. You just go on our website, mulkmed.com. You do it. We are also on the WhatsApp. We just send a small link to you. You click. You are getting into the doctor's room. I have
so many questions to ask you,
I'm
Doctor.
telling you, this is radically changing the
It's
way
incredible.
healthcare is being delivered now.
Yeah.
This system is here to stay, and it'll touch millions of people across the globe.
All of the
Because the cost price is absolutely, I think,
negligible. It's nothing. The
negligible.
poorest people
1,000
can afford.
dirhams probably you'd just spend probably in one weekend stay, and your family is covered. Your loved ones are taken care, and with that is coming the whole plethora of so many services I'm giving it, which is phenomenal. Nobody gives you a 24/7 consultation. Nobody says I'm going to give you home care where the doctors and nurses are coming to your home. Nobody would give you a health card which is giving you discounts.
At the hospitals or places.
Nobody will give you kiosks which is staying right in the corner of your sleek models where you touch and you're in front of the world class. There's so many to say right now.
So please explain to me, if I take on the service, is it this piece of equipment, or does this talk to the app on my phone? How does it operate? Do you send hardware?
A lot of common queries.
Yes,
This
yes.
is very common queries.
Non-technical people.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
have-
See, there's 3 ways to do it. One, I'm focused on somebody like you, could be a corporate guy, office guys. You have, say, 10 members or 10, 20 members or 30 members.
Absolutely.
A sleek model, which is not too expensive, you put it. It's called the kiosk. It's called the Mulk kiosk. It's got a beautiful system. It's got a lovely screen, 55-inch screen,
Wow.
touch screen, interactive. You just touch one button. That's your Mulk Med button. Second button, you are saying which doctor you want. Third button, you are talking to the doctor.
Simple.
3, 1, 2, 3. You don't have to be literally educated how to do the whole process.
A corporate office doctor of 40 people, how much would that cost for me to get it in?
Now again, I'm saying it's a very simple equation. When I say 1 dirham, so it's 365 dirhams per member.
So
And divided by 12. And the good part
is this hardware is monthly?
It's a kiosk. It's a small kiosk.
So you bring it in.
We bring it and we put
Where
it.
is this manufactured? You must surely be making thousands of these kiosks.
This is where we are now going. This is basically.
Who's your salesman? I want to work with you because I specialize in sales and marketing. This is like a multi-billion-dollar business.
What I'm trying to say is see, my passion basically about creating the whole ecosystem.
Yes.
See, this is small elements. Everybody asks, what is the easiest way? So they want to see a product, right? They want to see something to how to do it. To make it very easy, yes. Our assistant Your family member sitting in the office at home, all they need is to download that my app. You're into my system, number way, one way. That's cost you nothing. But in the hospital setup, or maybe in, say, in corporate setup, or in labor camps, or let's say malls, banks, schools, sky's the limit right now.
Are you talking to them? Are you approaching
We are,
them?
we are on the threshold of something very. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm going to sit down and talk commercially, doctor, because
you caught me at a very, I'm at a threshold of something huge.
It needs millions to even kickstart it.
Yeah.
Kickstart.
So we are very fortunate that way, Darish. Me and Shaji, my elder brother, we organically managed the fund. We didn't take a single dirham so far in the market because I didn't feel it till now. Probably yes. Now, as now we just went live.
Congratulations, doctor. The actual kiosk itself, the app itself, the diagnostic of my illness, because I can imagine, like my wife, for instance, that my son coughs. Let's take it to the hospital. So they have to not have to drive to the hospital. Excuse me, go to Zara or Saudi German. The convenience of it is incredible, but it leaves you kind of open to abuse. People are hypochondriac, just checking, talking. Is there an apparatus like you put your fingerprint diagnostic, or you said about sleep and stuff? How does it monitor? Gets a little bit more detailed than somebody just phoning, complaining, or worried all the time.
Yeah, hypochondriac people are always there.
Yes. I mean, they're going to abuse the system.
I mean, I think there'll be a utilization factor always. They all be over anxious people. Yes, they want any small heartbeat missed. They're going to call you. So that's fine.
Drama.
I mean, we're there for that. We don't get overwhelmed by those kind of personalities. And then the system, what we have is the vital signs, the Mulk device. It captures your oxygen level, your blood pressure, your ECG, heart rate. So one good look by any physician, he knows. Like a car mechanic, if he sees everything.
I have no idea. Okay, so is this a scanner? I look into a scanner.
It's a beautiful system. It's a small. It's basically like a scanner.
Yes.
You can hold it in your hand.
No.
As you hold it in your hand, it just fits in your palm. You touch. You put your finger in the middle. It gets your temperature. It gets your heartbeat. It gets your pulse. There's a oxygen concentration level. It's done. Then there's a glucose. The small thing you can get the glucose level too, and the sixth is your blood pressure. It's a small app there.
Then it talks to the app or the kiosk.
It talks.
It's constant talking.
Yeah.
What about sleep? You mentioned sleep. Is this something for sleeping or
sleep apnea? See, this is basically, I think that's again a different direction altogether. Remote patient monitoring is that's where I think now there's so many advantages happening on this platform. So sleep, you need to monitor, right?
Yes.
So we give a small
device,
which is put on your chest, wrapped around you. So you monitor your complete sleep.
You don't have to put it in your mouth, up your nose.
No. That's the if you have the sleep apnea, the treatment.
Yes.
So we are being more curative. We are trying to be more preventive. So that's where I think what we're trying to do with the service providers like.
And all these equipment exists.
They exist. They have been FDA approved. It's being used at the moment I'm talking to you. Even the watch you were talking about.
Yes.
Now we have a watch which can monitor your glucose level.
Doctor, to develop all this, to start getting these hundreds of hospitals, it must have cost you a fortune, because you're not talking small. You're talking world changing, right?
Millions. It was worth millions, but it's worth the journey. I think if something really gets me going every day in the morning,
inspires you.
I get calls from so many people flying. I meet people and all. There's there's energy there. I just spoke to you. You felt there's something happening.
Absolutely, this is Elon Musk job. Seriously, because
this is what I'm saying is revolutionizing the way, as radically changing the way healthcare is being delivered.
Do you know what it is? I was having a chat with someone. I said the day that we go to ChatGPT is changing things. The day we went to the lawyer, the day we go to the accountant are over. If you have a business that sits and waits people to come to you, it's over in most industries because you can have access. But the medical industry, I know that people are talking about, I didn't realize yours was so advanced.
It's a very, very comprehensive system, which didn't take, it was not easy because for a small instance, I'm talking about, I have my own Mulk video conferencing system, which I can speak to 177 countries right now, because these systems cannot be abused. There's a security concerns for the nation who uses my. So it took me a journey to create. Now I have a robust communication system, secured, encrypted. You can talk to anybody, your loved ones and all, and you be assured that nobody can encrypt what you're talking.
Amazing. So you had this idea, you sold your businesses, you approached your brother and said, "I got this." Did he go, "Great idea"? Did he go, "Oh, you crazy? This is." You know why people, I think, mostly fail? Because they get overwhelmed by the challenge.
Yes.
And the fear of failure.
Exactly.
So where along the way do you think, excuse my language, screw this, we're going for this, and I want to put my life savings, a huge investment, my time, resources, because most people quit.
That part of my life, 2020, when I sold my diagnostic centers, I had it going. 500 million I must have made in that 10 years. Phenomenal success I had. That was a good ride. Ride. I was happy, contented. It happened. And then, I had nothing else to do. Yes, I do the medical pharmaceutical tradings across the globe. That's one parallel business. Yes. But this is, putting everything in there to whatever I think. Time, efforts.
You had every excuse not to do it.
Some point.
I'm not 18. I'm not 20. I've worked all my life to get here.
Some point. But it didn't. I think it was more. If you love something to do, which is your passion, you get up every day morning with the same excitement, and you're looking forward to early morning. I think you'll drive towards it. And yes, there's a lot of times I thought this is not going to happen.
If you're the first to bring something new, it costs you 10 times more effort and money and time. It's a lot easier to be the second.
You bet.
Because somebody else has done the work, yes?
You do all the donkey work, and somebody copies it, that's a different thing. This was one of the biggest challenges of my life. Because I God grace, I'm well settled, I've taken care of my family, my kid. On a financial level, I think it's fine. But I could stake it. Yes. I took that chance. I thought, listen, let me do something which could leave a legacy here.
Even then, doctor, we're only looking at 3 years ago. It's like you've done phenomenal in 3 years.
It's been a journey, Darius. Wow. I mean, it's not been easy.
Because you look so laid back and calm. I can't imagine how hard you must be working.
It is, I think. It is. See, end of the day, I think the best businessman, I mean, you become stronger and wiser with failures, or maybe with time. So now even my staff, in fact my wife, she says, the way you handle adversities or challenges, the way you deal, you address, you manage, is so much different the way you were a couple of years back.
Wow.
When I was,
you've seen it, you've worn the t-shirt,
I think probably that teaches life teaches you lessons, and then you adopt. Then you try to become a better person. And you know how to handle it much emotionally, physically, everything. I mean, I'm more of a very moderate guy. I still go for my exercises. I still attend the parties. I'm still focused on the business. Then I don't overkill.
Tell me about your boat. Now you've gone that way. Then I'm going to come back to what's this boat you have, doctor? Is it a family one?
It's a family. It's a family.
So are you a seafaring family? Do you use it a lot?
I think Shaji, my elder brother, I think he's his passion more. Uh-huh. So he has taken that, and I think probably I use more than him. Yes. Probably because I get to know a lot of people. I do a lot of business meetings on that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, it makes it much easier because the who and who comes in. They're all tired sitting in the same hotels, trying across the.
It's quite private, and it's a high standard. Absolutely.
And I don't honestly, hardly I speak business on the yachts, but I vibe, I connect. So when you connect, business happens automatically.
You're so right.
So I think probably that yacht must have brought us billions in terms of the connections, the networking.
Yes.
They say networking is net worthy.
Absolutely.
So that's how I think I'm probably connected across the globe now.
That's
amazing.
That's amazing.
Really,
congratulations, doctor. So what are your biggest challenges right now?
Challenges, yes. Darius, I think there's quagmire of challenge if you talk about present platforms. Basically there's a complete regulations of your ministries, government mandates, insurance laws. You have to keep on updating that.
Yes.
You have to have that compliances. You have to ensure the effective delivery.
Gives me a headache just even thinking about it. Doctor.
Yes, the paperwork, the SOPs, the KPIs. There's never ending.
So what's the size of your team? What's the size of your team?
The team is pretty strong. We got the CEOs, we got managers, the ITs, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a huge, strong guys. And I've got some good advisors on board. The Emiratis here, the very, very famous Emiratis here, who are my on board as advisors and all. So that's never been a challenge in terms of the human resources. Yes, now again, retention of skilled and human resources.
It's a challenge.
To retain them. Because we need to keep paying them.
Absolutely.
Because still, we just kick-started.
Yeah, there's no revenue.
There's no revenue.
Just money
we
just
started.
going out.
We kick-started. The revenue started coming from Papua New Guinea. I think probably now the flow has started. To keep them motivated.
Absolutely.
To keep them still
focused on the vision.
Focused on the vision. And they are very, very, they believe in the whole project. I've got staff who have stayed with me for 18 years, 20 years.
No, they
didn't leave me.
So are they based in UAE or are they all over the world?
Where are they for this particular one?
Yes.
The offices are here. We're basically here. Now, Mulk Group as such in 70 countries.
Wow.
So it becomes very easy, seamless for us now to start.
Reach.
Because the systems has to be in place. That was the challenge. But the systems are in place. 177 countries, I can just blindly in 24/7, I can put it up anywhere. It's a plug-in systems now.
Absolutely. To manufacture this, and because you could really massively scale. Well, I had a business where it did really well in the UK. It was laser equipment.
Right.
But the cost of the laser was so much, my cash flow couldn't cope with the expansion. So what I did was, I've never raised money. I've always been funding it myself. I'm not a skilled fundraiser. So what I did was I went down the franchisee route.
Franchisee.
And the franchise fee paid for the equipment.
Oh, that's a brilliant thought. Yeah.
But I didn't realize each franchisee needs support. Right. Yeah. So I took the focus of my own business to support the franchisee. So that was another challenge.
Yeah.
So what I say now, before anybody has any franchisees, make sure you got 6 profitable centers of your own.
To show
then the infrastructure can support the franchisees.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of the challenges, there's 8 billion people on the planet. Let's say you reach out to 500 million, 500 billion, let's say. Okay. You got to get these products out there. It's going to cost you billions.
Yeah.
The sensors, the kiosks.
Perfectly. I think that's my vision now. I think probably if you just, I think I'll reframe what you're trying to ask.
Please.
I think I'm an entrepreneur. I think I know exactly what you're trying to. How do you like to expand without putting this kind of resources inside?
Absolutely.
I just had a meeting a month back. I think probably 2 or 3 weeks back. One of the largest franchise group chairman flew in all the way. I think he's got offices in almost like 30 countries. He came and said exactly the same thing. Dr. Mulk, you're done. You've got the systems here. It requires huge infrastructure, blah, blah, to go expand on your own.
And then you got marketing.
Then the marketing.
And then you got to get consumer to start using it.
Everything. This is the operationals, blah, blah. Why don't you give me the privilege?
And I'll open franchisee.
And to franchise it. I said, look, we are in the final stage. We're just more or less closing the MOUs, I think probably in the
small world. We're just discussing it now.
Exactly. You say this is all happening because basically there's the fundamentals of business. Once you know the fundamentals of business, then it's very easy. It doesn't change in any kind of which business are you running.
Or industries, correct.
But the fundamentals are strong, then I think you have the way. And then you need to have a brand. They also know who are behind it. So the credibility is there. We are a brand. God grace. Mulk Brothers is a brand. Company is a brand. People automatically get attracted to us. For the reason is we have a history of integrity, credibility in the market. So they know, Dr. Mulk, yes, solid guy, let's go. So these guys, they fly into me. I said, listen, we want it for Kenya. A very, very strong guy. I think he's flying in November 17th, 18th is coming here. He says, Kenya is mine. Can you just...
Wow. So you're looking at selling Kenya license to...
Same, the distribution path, franchising path I'm going.
So if you want the opportunity to reach
this is a good
all
time.
the population...
This is a good time for anybody to put some, not big money. I've got the whole ecosystem in place. I'm giving them for peanuts. You're talking about 30 cents for one person for a month. I think
So
that's
you even offer him licensing fees. So
I'm
no,
giving them. Yeah.
there's no capital up front.
No,
You
I'm just giving them
very smart.
very easy systems, very easy commercials.
Indeed. So
where
they have to buy the
where
census
the
from
revenues
you.
are being shared.
But then they buy a census of you at a discounted
I think
level.
the products has to be bought. I mean, products we can't give it for free, obviously.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, but just making it easy, but then there's a revenue sharing there.
Very
So
smart.
upfront, I've not asked anything. Yes, the IT platform, there's a fee.
Yes, but not,
There's an X fee, the small.
not
small.
huge.
No.
People need to have skin in the game to get committed. Anybody can sign an MOU and don't do anything.
Then there's no point.
You want to drive
We
them.
do due diligence there because we also have a huge team.
Where's your biggest market, do you see? India?
India is
China?
huge. I mean, unanimously you can say that because one country of India, which is
It's all of Europe.
we got no
Bigger.
It's bigger than that. Each state is like so big. It's so right now I'm talking to some very serious guys in India who wants to put this.
I would have
Because even you take a
Tata
small,
will be the first people.
India is huge. In Nigeria, we are talking right now. Nigeria is big for
250 million
Africa. We're talking there. Actually, we are in the middle of very interesting talks.
Beautiful.
This is something which I think phenomenally will touch people.
Doctor, you're going to change the world. Are there people in there?
I hope so.
You are. You're already doing.
That's my dream. That's my longing dream. my vision.
Congratulations, really. And you're ahead of most people. Are there any competition in Europe or the US right now?
They have been, I think, the similar the thing, but not the comprehensive system. See, this is all fragmented.
Yes.
So I think probably what I'd be, probably because I was a visionary, number one, probably I was a businessman, but more importantly, I was a doctor. So what I did, I saw the spaces, the gaps.
Yes.
What would a
You saw the
person like
commercial,
Darius,
yet the people, human
what would
side.
you like to have where you feel comfortable to adopt? So I thought one is, yes, telehealth is basically happening. Telemedicine is happening everywhere. But has anybody done it with the home care? No. Has anybody done the kiosks? No. Has somebody done with the devices? No. Has anybody done with discount cards, health cards? No. So there's a huge list. So I kept putting those blocks together and I created a lovely platform.
So seriously speaking, doctor, I want it for my staff at my company. How do I start?
I mean, it's simple. I think that's what I'm saying. It's a plug-in systems.
I want the kiosk.
Yeah, it's just a kiosk. We just come plug in. You have 3 buttons to press. You're on.
So do I go on the website, register and do it?
Yeah. www.mulkmed.com.
No, I have it here.
You just click. You speak to any of my listening person. You're on.
And your team's all established in the UAE. They can deliver
We've
to
got
it.
a very solid team. I think we got the.
Why are you so laid back, doctor? This is like incredible stuff you're doing. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
No, I'm blessed to have this kind words from you, Darius. I think probably yes.
Your humbleness touches me. It really does. It's amazing. That's why my friends recommended you so much. They spoke so highly of you.
Thank you so much, Darius. I think this is a story which I want to be remembered. Where I've done something as a legacy we leave behind. If I have touched even one person, one people's life meaningfully, I think you've done your job. I think that's the whole equation of my
and doctor,
efforts here.
This amount is so small. If somebody stops paying this $10 a month, you just stop the service, right? You're not going to come debt collectors, send the equipment
I think
back.
basically it's very small amount there. I think. I think we did one thing very more smart. We linked in with Tabby, we're linked with Spotify. There's a lot of this thing, right?
Yes.
So they take care of the
payments.
So we are not getting into that zone at all. I think.
Amazing.
See, we're just making it easy for you. How much are you spending? 1,000. 12 months is what? 90 dirhams?
Nothing.
Would you find you would struggle not to pay that to XYZ? I don't think so.
No,
right?
especially when it comes to your health. I think there's I have iTunes money going in and out every month, and because it's so small, I don't have the time to look. Probably I never use it.
You bleed very quietly. See, when healthcare, what happens is probably we all take our health for granted.
Yeah.
And so my family. Yes, being a very conscious physician or a doctor, I always had a good insurance policy with me, but I still think 10 or 20% of the population don't really carry. They just take a basic. Just to get the visas, blah, blah.
So true.
Now, there are moments in your life when you seriously want a consultation.
Yes.
You want to reach out, you want a medicine, blah, blah. This is all what called the preventive steps.
Yes.
If you have done that at that stage, you won't have transited or you not have reached the stage where you're really sick and you need to be admitted.
That's reactive.
That's
The other one is
so
preventive.
I'm doing the preventive instead of curative.
The reason people don't think about preventive because they're motivated when they have pain.
Right.
But then if you make preventive so easy access, I'll do 5 minutes weekly checks.
Exactly.
Mm.
See, it is in your hand right now. So you're playing with your system.
Yes.
The kiosk is right in front of you. You're tempted to say, okay,
Does the kiosk have the pad as well?
It's just a touch. It's a touch
It's sort of
screen,
everything.
interactive.
Yeah.
Everything. Three steps. One, you touch on. Number two, you have a launch pad.
Just-
It's
yeah.
a launch pad.
Yeah.
No, it's a launch pad. You just click that. Third is you select a doctor and click.
That's
You're there.
incredible.
You want a diagnostic facility, send a query. You want a medicine, you buy a medicine, any medicine delivered.
And your relationships built with all the clinics and the
All the
hospitals.
this is the good thing, Darius. What happened is I brought all this, it's a big ecosystem, right? So I brought everybody under the umbrella of Mulk Med. Now I've got diagnostic centers with me, I've got labs with me,
Wow.
I've got hospitals with me.
Wow.
And one good question people ask, which I was expecting you to ask me also, what happens if I have to get admitted? You are online. What
I
happens
guess
if I
you
want to
take the
get
card
surgical
and-
intervention? Now, this is the question which I want to know.
You make the recommendation.
No. This is
hospital.
where I was trying to tell you.
Please.
I created a very comprehensive healthcare system. I have all the hospitals, OTs, MOU agreed with them. Most of my doctors who can fly in from any part of the world, could be a neurosurgeon, a cardiologist, you name it, they'll come and operate in that particular hospital, operation theater. I've got the beds.
Can you choose your own cardiologist?
Yes.
But as long as it was in the Mulk system.
Yes, I've got the whole list. 24 medical specialties are there.
And you're working with the health insurance companies
So
as well.
we're working with the health insurance companies.
How did you do all this?
It's it was a humongous effort. It didn't happen overnight.
I can't.
Darius.
And the good thing
It
is,
took me
not
3
tomorrow,
years.
tomorrow, not somebody's going to bring out competition because they couldn't.
It'll take time.
Yeah.
Because see, the problem here is the regulations, the laws. I mean, I have to respect them too because they are looking at
Safety precautions.
the security of your lives, your
Health.
loved ones. You can't just give your data. For instance, the security. We have a stringent rules, 3-layered encryptions, firewalls. This is the mandatory.
Yes, to make sure your data is
The
not.
servers has to be inside the country. You can't,
Share the outside.
you can't share it outside, and also the communication system all have to be encrypted. If you're talking, no third person can understand what you're talking.
Yeah.
So all these things, it took me years and years. It took me time. But 3 years which I spent.
I
But
guess
it's been
this
very
is right now is the most exciting time.
this is a good time.
Because
I think we're
boom,
ready.
you
We're
launch
ready. Because if it goes to the right audience and they know exactly what we are offering, at what price, and at how easy it is, the convenience, I think this is basically is the need of the hour. I think whenever I talk about this, they reach
They
out
see it.
it's very sincere because I'm doing something which would really make a difference
Yes.
here to common people's life.
I must admit, I see the sincere side and I see the commercial side as well. I'm thinking,
I'll
you're
be
onto
glad
something.
I'll be glad to
Yeah.
associate in any way you think because this is I think probably there's a business module. Yes, one if you look at the commercial modules, yes, people will make money. Two, very importantly, I think probably this is going to stay. The system is so radically changing the whole thing.
Yeah.
So, and the whole concept of the ecosystem of the initiative is so simple. There's no rocket science here.
That's what makes it beautiful because
Yeah.
I always say to the consumer,
How do you do it?
make it simple, stupid. Make it simple, stupid. Three
Exactly.
buttons,
Yeah.
you're in.
Yeah.
Doctor, just one more question because we've reached our hour mark. And see,
that-
you said 40 minutes and we're already in an hour. Dr.
Yeah,
Mulk,
very interesting.
AI.
Yeah.
AI. Are you actually going to be utilizing AI technology in your software and your
It
platform?
is. I think you cannot bypass AI anymore. As I'm speaking to you, same time I was been talking to a couple of AI guys who has flown in and spoken to me. One wanted to give the predictive model. One wanted to see how you could analyze the cancers or your malignancies without taking a biopsy. He has a system. So this is AI is, yes, going to change again.
But
The
because you
way
have an open platform, you can use any AI
any
platform.
integrations can happen right now. So everybody wants to be on the board. There is, see, right now it's a cruise which is just sailed. It's a huge one. It's massive.
I'm just thinking, if you imagine you have a reach of hundreds of millions of people, and obviously you have private data, but with their permission, you could actually share things that to enhance medical research and fixing of medication to deal with things like cancer,
exactly what
Parkinson's,
yeah,
Alzheimer's.
exactly what is happening right now is you might not be aware. It's very staggering if I tell you this. I mean, you
Please.
just provoked another thought. I mean, I get stimulated by very intellectual questions. Medical data right now, when you compare the data which is flowing in every day,
Correct.
YouTube, Facebook, blah, blah, blah. Medical data is 1/3 of the data of your every day. 1/3 is medical data. Is huge. So this data is flowing in. The biggest challenge right now is, yes, one, how do you store it? Number two, how do you secure this data? Number three is, how do you analyze it? Analytical.
Absolutely.
Now, analytical is, data is gold. I mean, right now, data is pure gold. If you have the right data, you're looking at, just for a small example, we're talking about you.
Yeah.
XYZ, you have your issues, health issues. I'm completely trying to make a personalized, concierge, precision treatment tailored only for you through this data. What drug would suit you? What drug would not give you reactions? What is the best nutrients which your body is going to accept? This is where we're going now. It's a personal concierge, personalized, complete treatment going right now.
Have failed because it's
There's a small example I'm giving you.
Too general and not personalized enough.
Yes. Everything is becoming very, very personalized now. Genetic, the whole these things. How it's tailored by race, ethnicity, cultures. It's a different ball. I think there's another discussion which I should have.
I think we've got to meet on the boat, Doctor. Definitely. Whenever both of us are in the country at the same time, I'll be honored to meet you again and dive in more.
Very interesting to have a conversation also with you.
Is that an invitation on the boat then?
Always. I'm right across you, so I think I'd love to have. I think probably our next interview could be there.
I'll be honored.
You could sail, and it's just beautiful. The weather is nice. I think
we will, Doctor. And I want to kind of talk to you about your success and share the amazing news, because I think, from hand on heart, I'm not just saying this, I don't need to, is that you're actually going to change the world for the better. And listening to this, it just makes me feel really good, that because I have experienced family members where they didn't have access to doctors. Iran, my family are Iranian.
Oh, really?
And leaving is not so easy, having access and stuff. And suddenly you're making this accessible to every household. So I honor you.
Thank you so much, Darius. I think it's a blessing to be recognized, and you understood the whole concept so fast.
As we say in the gladiator arena, I salute you. Thank you very much indeed, and I look forward to our next chat.
It was a pleasure. It was an absolute pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
See you, gladiators.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.